Om Namah Shivaya. Episode 72, Chapter 13, verses 3 to 6. The nature of the field, Ksetra. In verse 3, Sri Krishna states what he is going to teach in this chapter. First, about the Ksetra. What is that Ksetra? Tat Kshetram Yat. What is its nature? What cause-effect relationships are there within the Ksetra, Yadrikcha? What type of modification does it have, Yat Vikari? And from what has the Ksetra come from, Yatha Cha Yat? Second, about the Kshetrajna. What glories, what Shaktis are there within the Kshetrajna? Sa Chayo Yat Prabhavacha. Kshetrajna is purely Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It is the truth, it is all-knowing and eternal Brahma. Kshetrajna by itself cannot create. But with Maya, it becomes everything. All this is going to be told very briefly, Samasena. And Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, listen to me, me shrunu, so that Arjuna will be attentive to understand. Verse 4 is a verse of praise regarding the glories of the Kshetra and Kshetrajna in order to create enthusiasm in the mind of the listener. First, the glories of the Kshetra and Kshetrajna are sung in many ways by the rishis. Rishi B. Bahuda Gita. It is sung as mantras using pleasant words through the Vedas. Chando B. It is composed metrically by all the four Vedas as something that is varied and distinct. Vividhe Pratak. The Taittiriya Upanishads speak about the creation beginning with the 5 subtle elements as the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Other Upanishads speaks about the Kshetrajna as the Atma and the Kshetra as the effect, Anatma, that Anatma has no existence without Atma. Second, and it is indeed explained by the various sentences of the Vedas, to reveal Brahman by implication. Brahma Sutra Padet Cha Eva. The Upanishad also illustrates how to release ourselves from bondage. Thus the Vedas, along with reasoning, Hetu Madhvi, is not only the essence of the teaching, but also points out various methods how to work towards moksha. By statement without any doubt, Vinichittayi, the Vedas also talk about the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna, which is capable of imparting definite knowledge that truly we are Brahman. Verses 5 and 6 define Kshetra, and the first half of verse 5 defines Kshetra from the creation point of view. First, before creation there was only Brahman and everything else was unmanifest. Ishvara's Maya Shakti is the unmanifest cause, Abhyakta, for this creation. Because of Maya Shakti, Brahman becomes Ishvara, and only then creation is possible. Second, Ishvara's Maya Shakti causes a shift in Nirguna to manifest as three gunas that causes the five elements, Mahabhutas, to manifest in a subtle form as ether, air, fire, water, and earth. These subtle elements are all pervasive, and later they become grossified to become the physical aspect of this creation. Third, the starting point of this creation is Ishvara's desire, sankalpa, a thought that arises in his mind, let there be many. Many of us may wonder, why did Ishvara have such a desire? Otherwise, there will not be any birth and death and no problem for us. The reason is because of our past accumulated karmas are all waiting for fulfillment. That is why Ishvara made this sankalpa, this desire to create this creation. To create this creation, there must be knowledge, and that is Ishvara's universal intellect, samasti buddhi. How the previous creation was is in the universal intellect, Jnanamayam tapa, and Ishvara being all-knowing. Just by seeing this knowledge, he can bring it to his attention and create the creation as it was before. Fourth, to bring this creation into manifestation, it is Ishvara's universal ego, samasti ahankara, who is Hiranyagarbha, Lord Brahma, the creator. Lord Brahma governs the universe by the law of dharma. He has programmed the sun, the moon, the stars, the animals to do their respective duties as yajna, to create a playground for us jivas to come and work out our karmas. We jivas are not programmed. We are given the freedom to choose. We can choose to do our duties as yajna, purify our mind, gain the knowledge of Brahman and be liberated. Or continue taking birth after birth in ignorance. Now, the second half of verse 5 and verse 6 define Ksetra from our body, mind, senses. First, these 5 subtle elements, ether, air, fire, water, and earth, are indeed our 5 senses of perception and 5 powers of action. Evacha indriyani dasa. Second, it is our mind, ekam cha, which also includes our intellect. Otherwise, we will not be able to function. Third, these 5 subtle elements have now grossified to become our physical body. In our physical body, there is space, air, fire, water, and earth. Panchacha indriya gochara. Fourth, emotions, our thoughts in our mind, our likes and dislikes, icha dvesha, pain and pleasure, sukham dukkham, all belongs to the Ksetra. Fifth, cognition, chetana, our ability to recognize something from a given piece of information belongs to this Ksetra. Sixth is courage, dhritti, belongs to this Ksetra. And 7 is our physical body, sanghatas, which includes both our subtle and gross body. All this is Ksetra, stated briefly along with its modification. Etat Kshetram Samasena Savikaram Udahritam. At verse 6, we shall take a break, and next we are going to learn about Jnanam, attitudes and values that we must cultivate in our mind to qualify for the knowledge of Brahman, Jnana. So till then, Om Namah Shivaya.